Welcome. This is the Vermin Supreme Institute Volunteer Welcome meeting. If this is not what you were expecting, you are in the wrong meeting, my friend. You have been invited to this meeting because you filled out a form about becoming a Vermin Supreme Institute volunteer. In this meeting, we will be introducing you to the Vermin Supreme Institute, telling you a little bit about our history, and explaining our current and future initiatives. We are happy to have you as part of Team Supreme. Welcome to the Institute. The Vermin Supreme Institute was born out of a desire to continue the ideas and goals raised by Vermin and Spike during the 2020 campaign beyond the election. Our purpose is to inspire social evolution through the disruption of authoritarianism, to promote compassionate activism, and to spread knowledge of redacted history. Through the use of humor, direct action, and mutual aid, we uplift the disaffected, disenfranchised, and disempowered. And of course, our quest is to fight the Grail. VSI is composed of three main pillars: public works, politics, and education. These pillars represent the three main aspects of the work that Vermin has done over the years and are directly representative of our mission statement. Within each pillar, we organize our activities as initiatives. Politics. Everyone knows Vermin as the satirical politician with the Buddha in his head instead of on your throat. His work has disrupted the status quo and showed a light on the farce that is U.S. politics. We continue that work here in a number of ways, but our flagship initiative for the political arm is Disrupt the Vote. Disrupt the Vote is an initiative by the Vermin Supreme Institute to recruit, develop, and support firebrand candidates who wish to smash the duopoly. Some of the support provided to the Disrupt the Vote firebrands are campaign merchandise, phone banking, social media promotion, canvassing and petitions, and multimedia resources. Some of our current firebrands are Freya Odensdottir, who is running for Sheriff of Denton County, Texas. Ian Peak, running for Illinois' 115th State House District. And Adam Carbone, running for the mayor of Cranston, Rhode Island. Education. A large portion of our society was raised with public education, yellow journalism, and popular science. The people running those areas can easily control the course of our culture simply by censoring, ignoring, or altering what they share. Our education arm is tasked with the mission of recovering and sharing some of that lost, corrupted, or forgotten knowledge. Currently, we have the following initiatives, with much more on the drawing board. Women in Politics, telling the stories of the women who changed the game in politics, in the past and the present, and looking into what's coming down the line in the future. Dramatic retellings of historical events. We try to understand important events of the past by retelling them through the eyes of the people who lived there. Our first series in this initiative is about the Haymarket Affair. Logical fallacies. This idea is still in development, but it is something that Vermin has really pressed us to make happen. It will likely be a series of short videos explaining logical fallacies in a humorous fashion. The Vermin School for Kids What Can't Write Good. This is a partnership with the Hilltop Show out of Georgetown University. We'll be working with students there to develop satirical content that targets pop culture and political icons. Ideally, we would be locating professionals in the field to volunteer to work with us, and ultimately, we would like to get some of this content aired, perhaps even on Adult Swim. Public Works. Our Works division is all about people on the ground. This is meant to be a corps de bonnet of activists, influencers, artists, crafters, etc., that will help uplift the disaffected, disenfranchised, and disempowered. The main point here is to provide real benefit to real people. Our secondary point is to have an answer for that timeless question: without government, who would do whatever? We have a host of projects on the drawing board, but for now we have a few active ones we're working out the details on. Our toy, food, and clothing drives. This year's holiday season is going to be especially difficult for a lot of people. Real-life toy drives starting ideally just before Thanksgiving. We'll identify 2 or 3 organizations to send the toys for delivery. If that works out, we'll replicate that for food and clothing drives throughout the winter. Disaster Relief 2021. We started too late in the year to be helpful for the hurricane season 2020. We need to make connections, network, and plan for 2021. Most importantly, we would really like to have people on the ground for relief operations going forward. And then protester support. Whether it is trained medics, food runners, or some other role, we want to be able to provide support to those who are pushing back against tyranny and fascism. This is more of an ongoing role and really involves putting together networks of people who can mobilize to reduce violence during protests and protect protesters. A drawing board. We have some big dreams, and we know they're going to take some time, but you have to aim high or you won't get anywhere. So here are some of the ideas on the drawing board. Urban vertical farming. Using established vendors such as freight farms and Tesla, we would create self-sustaining neighborhood farms in the neighborhoods that need them the most. These farms would be used to provide fresh food for the homeless and the poor, provide a nearby farmers market for participating neighborhoods, and demonstrate self-sufficiency techniques such as rainwater capture, canning, and organic gardening. Tiny homes. Through the Tiny Homes Initiative, we would purchase tracts of land throughout the country and develop communities of tiny homes that provide low or no income housing for those that need it the most. These communities would be built on the traditions and principles of voluntary interactions and might just be able to become self-sustaining facilities by promoting crafting and trading with other nearby communities. The Emergency Legal Fund. The Emergency Legal Fund will be a pool of resources aimed at freeing people from the grasp of the legal system. Initially, this will be limited to a cash bail fund for people caught up in protests or who are otherwise caged for victimless crimes with no way to get back to their lives. As we develop this initiative further, we wanted to create a network of attorneys to provide low or no cost defense to people charged with victimless crimes. And we will be working to eradicate the cash bail system entirely. VSI Productions. VSI Productions will be an in-house production team of writers, producers, videographers, animators, and more. They will provide multimedia support to all 3 branches of the Institute. This team will also work through outreach to bring other like-minded talent into the audio, video, and production fields. So what are your next steps? Well, first, let's watch this video. Now that you have seen our vision for the Vermin Supreme Institute, it's time to reach out. Ashley Shade is our Director of Education. If you're interested in doing research, writing articles, stories, or scripts, or just promoting the great educational content that VSI is producing, contact her. Richard Manzo is our Director of Politics. If you know of a firebrand who is making waves and disrupting the status quo, or if you know of a powerful or vital political initiative that the Institute should be involved in, reach out to him. Chris Rogers is our Public Works Director. If you want in on any of the projects described in this presentation, or if you have ideas for other projects that you would like to see happen, let him know. Desiree Lindsay is our Executive Director. If you want to know more about the way Vermin Supreme Institute works, or if you have ideas for other things the Institute can be doing, or if you just need more information, she'll be glad to help. And with that, Thank you. Now let's get to work.